about our project name is 50 Cent. First of all, I'm going to give an overall introductory to the meaning of the main idea behind our project, which is algorithmic perfumery. Algorithmic perfumery is a multi-sensor installation that integrates in machine learning, personal data, and generative perfume designs to create individualized or personalized scents. At algorithmic perfumery, customers participate with tangible and usable memorabilia of the work. Therefore, to perform a unique scent, which is made and compounded on site. This scent is based on a questionnaire. This questionnaire is to be finished by the participant. The test consists mainly of psychological, physiological, and sociological, and other few questions about the preference of the perfume designer and the scents. Algorithmic perfumery uses technology. This project is a technology and digitalization based. Uses technology to allow people to have a highly personalized and meaningful experience with their senses. What we offer is, at its most simple, a platform for people to co-create their own perfume. We hope that this interactive playful experience will allow them to discover and enjoy new aspects of themselves and new outlet for their imagination.
You have some of the questions of the questionnaire?
Yes.
In the questionnaire, you'll be asked about 50 questions. There are a lot. As Noor mentioned, there are psychological, physiological, and sociological, cultural questions, so they know which scents to give you. They mix the scents, they have several, and they mix the scents to make a personalized perfume based on your answers. So can you tell me what your question was about?
When do you usually wear fragrance?
Okay, this is an obvious question. When do you usually wear it? They combine the scents to make maybe a nighttime fragrance or a morning type. Nuran?
How intense should the fragrance be?
This is also a direct question. How intense should the fragrance be? And maybe men like more intense ones, and female maybe sugary ones. Sandra?
What emotion should the perfume embody? Freedom or comfort?
What emotion should the fragrance embody? Freedom or comfort? Ahmed?
What musical genre do you enjoy listening to?
This is an indirect question. Which musical genre do you listen to? It doesn't have much to do with perfumes, but they analyze your personality based on some questions.
What is your favorite flower?
What's your favorite flower?
Just I have one.
If you could escape anywhere, where would it be?
If you could escape anywhere, where would it be? Can mountains, sea, countryside, green areas?
What type you are most attracted to? Warm, moody, oriental, fresh.
Which word do you most refer to yourself as, مثلا? Comfortable, warm, fresh. These answers help in creating the scents that are used in the project. Okay, do you get the idea?
Yes.
Okay, so to start, here is the agenda of what we're going to cover. There are 11 points. I don't feel the need to go specifically one by one, as we're already going to do this in the following slides. Okay, so our vision. This is the logo, by the way, in case you didn't notice. We aim to establish connection with our customers through the intimacy of specialized high-quality product. It's not just the fragrance, it's not just the quality, it's the connection that we aim to have with our customer base. And again, this is achieved through our selling point, which is customizing each perfume bottle specifically for each customer.
Why you are doing logo?
It's a brand.
What is the importance of doing a brand?
Recognition.
Thank you.
So, our product mission, we aim to one day become Egypt's marquee perfume producing company through our custom-made high-quality fragrances. Again, if you don't dream big, you most likely will fail, so this is our mission. So, the reason behind the project's name, as you've all noticed, 50 Cent is derived from the hip-hop artist as well as the main sector of our product. This is a strategy commonly used nowadays in French like breakfast, Coca-Cola and Vodafone commercials, where they basically follow that imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. So we decided to go with the name 50 Cent as it served a memorable and a unique name. process on how we acquired the idea. We've already read upon the idea and we've discussed it in detail, and after a few brainstorming sessions, we found that it's the perfect idea that we should go ahead and implement. So, when it comes to the project, the vision, the purpose, and its structure, we decided that our main headquarters would be in the Mall of Egypt in the 6th of October. As such a location would allow easy access to our target audience, which is the university and like high school students, while keeping in consideration with the possible cost as to not rent something that might be too high. And our startup will consist of a storefront in the mall, and the machine will be kept in the back while the customers answer the questionnaire and the machine develops their own unique fragrances. Lastly, and most importantly, we'll be utilizing social media as our main mean of promotion, as nowadays we've seen that everything is basically done digitalized. So taking advantage of that have proven to be a very efficient step. So for the work division, the group will only consist of the promoters, which are the founders, security, clean workers, customer service agents, as well as technicians to handle the coding and the maintenance of the machines. Lastly, not lastly, but next, we have the research methodology. Since we are focusing on the perfume sector with a unique distinctive, we had to come up with a questionnaire to hand it around in order to see how the market would react to our product. Furthermore, we conducted a combination of both qualitative and quantitative data gathering methods. Yes?
What happened if someone filled the questionnaire and then he refused to take the product after you did the questionnaire and prepared for him the perfume?
Well, we'll take payments beforehand, not after. So. We'll keep the money.
The machine also creates 3 perfumes. We forgot to mention that. It creates 3 products that you can choose
Sense in
from.
order to prepare to determine which one you will.
Yes, it says that
So this was not clear at the beginning, because sometimes maybe you have rejected items. Do you have rejected items?
I don't think so.
No, we don't.
Okay. So this is the answers of if you have rejected items or not.
And here's a lovely quote by Daniel Steele. Perfume is like a personal signature, which is why I like to mix my own for years. I've paired Femme with Rocus, with Shimmer and Love the results. I've mispronounced all of these names, but it's okay. Idea. So, this is once again going over why we chose the Mall of Egypt, as it was a populated area. It has a lot of our target audience. And diving deeply into who our target audience is, it's subjected to 2 main factors. The college students who always look to wear something unique and express themselves, and the university students who are well informed and they can easily understand the idea behind our product. So, 3 common questions the customer asked. Why, what good is it bought? Once again, it's a high quality perfume customized especially for the customers. And this is what we're selling. We're not just selling a perfume bottle, we're selling a connection, something that the customer would feel familiar with. When is it bought? Fragrances are bought all around the year actually, so it doesn't really matter. And where to buy? Of course, our customers can visit our front at the Mall of Egypt. However, the online pages is also an option, as we've said previously. Okay, this is also just repeated. The only new point is the audience is going to be middle to upper class, both genders, and we've sampled around 70 random people in order to obtain our data.
How many number of questionnaires you did? How many number of questionnaires? 70.
Yeah.
Do you think that this would be a representative sample?
Considering that we only chose the people that fit our criteria, it's a good indicator.
Do all of them accept the idea?
We're
All
going
of
to
them?
see it.
Okay.
Okay, for the SWOT analysis, we'll briefly go over the strengths, opportunities, weakness, and threats. The strengths are high barriers of entry. Of course, fragrance industry is not an easily accessible market, so that limits out new competition. And again, the same with the limited competition. It can operate online, so in any case of like lockdowns or pandemic starting, we can still keep the business up and running. It's a limited startup risk, as we're going to see in our tables and calculations. And finally, it's flexible in pricing, as we've seen from our questionnaire respondents, they've showed actually a very interesting point. I hope we can point it out. For the weaknesses, competitors in the perfume market can offer similar products. We can't trademark the idea, so that's something that they can do, obviously. High capital for startup, and high rental cost, because of course Mall of Egypt is not the most cheap. For the opportunities, of course it's an original idea, so it allows easy penetration. We won't have to sell our product much. We're going to capture a nice part of the market share, as we're going to attract loyal customers who look for what we are giving them. And yeah, the same original idea will also create a loyal customer base. Lastly, with the threats, as we've said, we cannot trademark the idea, so it can easily be replicated. And the trend hype can fade later on. That is a huge problem when it comes to anything nowadays, that after a while the hype wears off, so the demand just drops massively after it.
So this is what I fear. I'm afraid about it. That you enter the market with a very high idea, and then it is shrink and get out of the market.
Our strategy is to hit first and hit hard. So we're going to capitalize that first period as much as we can. So when the hype later fades on, we can just branch out to other products and other promotions, other events. So this is just like the beginning front for our aspirations.
So this is the financial study. We have 5 points. The market visibility. First, there is no such thing as algorithmic perfumery in October or Zayd or any of these regions. So we expect that the market will be welcoming, especially the niche market. The technical feasibility. We're fully equipped with the highest technical abilities, and we have acquired the machine, presumably. And the staff are well trained. We choose the staff very selectively, and we're very picky in choosing our staff because the salesmen are going to operate the machine, so you have to be well trained to operate with it. As for the legal feasibility, we're carrying on all legal papers, and we know that such a project requires licenses and health papers and these things. We've calculated their costs.
Why you didn't include the economic visibility? Is it economic project, or is there any environmental damages or anything like that?
Ecological?
Yes.
It doesn't have, as far as we know, we've researched about the machine, so as far as we know, it's not polluting.
And the material that you're using?
Yes, we'll go to that as the raw material, but they're mainly alcohol, fragrance, and water, so they're not polluting. As for the managerial feasibility, we've divided the company into 4 departments. The financial department, which we have helped in their work table, the sales department, the marketing and the public relations department, and the technical department responsible for the machines. The financial projections and valuations, we'll see them in the tables later. Okay, so this is our business model canvas. Can you all see? Might be a bit small. Okay, so our key partners are universities, because that's where we'll cooperate with them, so they can come and maybe distribute brochures or market ourselves, or maybe have booths in universities like the Christmas Bazaar that we went to. So this is MSA University, Must University. We start with those, but there are maybe 6 or 7 more universities in October. And of course, Mall of Egypt. The key activities are the customized perfumes and the algorithmic surveys that they're going to fill. Value proposition, we're offering customized products, offering a unique, delightful use of artificial intelligence in business, offering unique, personalized products with a variety to choose from, because we offer 3 cents that they'll choose from. Our key resources are the labor, which include the technicians and the programmers, the social media marketer, the salesmen mainly. Financial resources include the machine and rent costs. These are the main costs, because when we've done the tables and calculated the cost, the main costs were the machine and the rent cost. And of course, we need intellectual capital to develop the machine. The customer relationship, we're offering specialized assistance, co-creation recommendation system. This is in the marketing. when you are participating in creating a product or answering the survey, it's called a co-creation recommendation system. It's based upon customer preferences, as you've noticed. So the customer segments. Okay, so obviously we're targeting the niche segment. From the age 10, they can answer the survey, but we're expecting that from age 18 to 24 are our targeted audience, but it's okay to start from age 10. It's artificial intelligence based, and perfume lovers are targeted as well. Customers looking for a unique experience are the ones who are expecting to be most interested in our product. Revenue streams is through the perfume prices. This is for the start. Later we'll be able to develop more products or cooperate with more partners. So this is mainly for the start. And the cost structure is the labor wages, the machine cost, advertising through social media, brand, utilities, and raw materials. Any questions in this part?
Thank you.
Our Porter's model is for estimating the risk. The first category is the competition in the industry. Here we assess the importance of this factor, and here we assess how risky we think our project is concerning this factor. So competitors in the industry, it's a scale from 1 to 5. Okay, so the total is 40, which is less than half the mark, so we don't estimate that it's very risky. These are tables. Our demand forecasting is shown in details in the appendix. Why we have these numbers, but it's mainly targeting university students in October. The best case is 72,000, the average is 36,000, and the worst 18. Fixed assets will have the intelligent machinery. We've looked up its cost, and there are many types, not many, but various. So we chose this one. There are equipment and tablets to help ushers inside and help them choose and fill the survey. We have air conditioners, and the total fixed assets are almost 500,000. These are the depreciation expense, 15% on the machinery, 10% on the tablets, and 30% on the air conditioner. As for the pre-opening expense, we've mentioned that we're training the labor to operate the machine, so we have training labor. We have.
From where you search for what is the reference of or the price of this intelligent machinery?
It's in the references.
So it is here in Cairo, or it is imported, or what about it?
It's important now.
Imported from where?
China.
This is the references. I think the references is not mentioned here. The pricing of the product from where the site you bring the product. So I'm
this is the site we've looked at, but I'm sure it matches.
It's the prices with the dollars.
So I didn't see below the table how you calculate it or how you find
Fee
it.
calculations up to appendix.
And I'm afraid that I didn't see the appendix. There's no appendix here, I think so. There's no appendix here. You can proceed this one. Okay. So I think the machine.
But the exchange rate, لا ما كانش
There
موجود.
is no pricing. It's just writing the tables once more.
No, but the exchange rate machine.
Oh, I didn't do the calculations and I didn't see it.
Yes, we calculated it on Excel, and maybe we will put the Excel in the submission.
Okay.
The pre-opening, we have the rent insurance, the impairments, training the labor, and the license that we've mentioned, and the cost of sales, including the design and the packaging.
Why are calculating all these total costs?
Which part?
Why you are calculating all these
The
total costs?
pre-opening cost.
Why you are calculating the total?
We need to know how much we would raise. We want to know our total investment, so how much we would be expected to accumulate to start the project.
And then after you find the total investment, can you skip these slides, please? Total investment. After you find the total investment, because the total is not doing the total investment.
We can know how efficient it is. Maybe we should take a loan, or we should accumulate it by ourselves.
Yes, proceed.
Yeah,
So
this is
the balance sheet or a perform a balance sheet?
pro forma, because we haven't started yet.
Okay. So can you go back to the income statement and tell me what is your expected pro forma income statement? The font is not clear and I cannot read everything. Despite that you have a very big slide and you can make a better formatting.
The first item is the sales. I can see as well that I remembered. So the first item is the sales. The second is the cost of goods sold. We acquired it from the table. The third is the gross profit. Is it clear here? Okay.
It is clear on the paper, but it's not clear from the presentation. Unfortunately, the formatting is not.
Okay, and the fourth is the operating expenses. And then the EBIT, because we don't have any interest, so this is the taxes. And then that's the net profit, because we don't have interest, we haven't taken a loan.
Okay, perform balance.
In the liabilities, we don't have any, so it's financed by equity. The assets, the cash is the pre-opening expense, and then the inventory of raw materials. This is the raw materials we have.
So can you tell me the financial positioning is? What is the financial position of this balance sheet? Can you tell me the financial position of the balance sheet? I mean,
As in profitable or not profitable?
financial positioning is not related to profitable, not profitable. It is related to the comparison between the types of investment and finance. So what is the financial position of
It's
your
financed by equity.
It is financed by equity, but if you look here for the final total amounts of liabilities to formal owner equity, the 3,100,000 and you have here the assets is more. So what is your financial positioning here?
Okay, we have more assets than equity, so we need more capital.
This means that we need more finance, so it is required. It doesn't mean we are required to finance. So this is why we're doing pro forma balance sheet to estimate the financial position. So can you go to profitability ratios?
We have 5 ratios: the gross profit margin, the operating profit margin, the net profit, and the return on assets and the return on equity. This is for the 3 cases.
After how many number of years you're going to recover your initial investment, the payback period?
It depends on whether it's just
No, it depends on the calculation. So you have total investment here, and within this total investment, you can calculate
Net profit.
the net present value of the payback period is not included.
Yes, we have we asked for your feedback and you comment on this, and then we wanted on the lecture to fully understand it. So we do the presentation, that's what we can. That
Why the profitability ratio is not included?
can we go back? Because in the worst case, we're not expecting to have as many return on assets or as in equity as in the best case.
As we've said, we also have like a high asset compared to our equity, so this also might be the reason.
Why you didn't put the survey as a beginning to relate it to what you are explaining? So I think the survey results it is not here. You can link it in with the one forecasting. So you can figure out that you did this percentage based on the survey, and this is the numbers, and you have only how many numbers of products you have just for work and you apply everything. So this is why this is we can clarify at the time of the meetings of the forecasting.
Today, after collecting 70 questionnaires on people, we found out that this is the results. After reading the description about how interested are you in this work, we found out that 25% were very interested, and 60% were extremely interested, and 11% were moderately interested. How likely are you to recommend this book to someone? We found out that 55% were likely, 12% were moderately likely, and 30% extremely likely.
No confusion? What is your conclusion? Based on the whole project. Do you think that this project, when you apply this, will be profitable?
I don't think it will be more profitable, but the main idea behind this is to get the customer into a new experience based on the artificial intelligence and how we connect the virtual or the
Do you think that you can maintain your business with just one items or algorithm and all the things? Or you need to diversify your move?
No, it's not mainly a business, but it's based more about the experience and the new technology.
And we're expecting to diversify later and
Yes, like we
expand.
said, at the first period, we're going to introduce this specific product, and in order to keep the business going, we're then going to branch out with other products and other services.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the presentation.